Right now, starting with new information on a former deputy who coerced a woman into sex.
KGW investigator Kristen Severance obtained a more than 100-page investigation into former Multnomah County Sheriff's Deputy Dwight Ritchie. Kristen, according to the report, other women say that he touched them inappropriately or pressured them into sex.
Yeah, so we got the investigation today. We went through it all day. These pages detail multiple sexual encounters with other county employees while on duty at the courthouse, a consensual relationship with a sitting judge, and at least one other woman who said Ritchie forced her to have sex. The Washington County Sheriff's Office started investigating Multnomah County Deputy Dwight Ritchie after a woman accused him of rape off-duty at a mutual friend's home. The report shows the woman was dog-sitting at the friend's home. She said Ritchie showed up, offered her a back rub, and pressured her into sex. She said no multiple times and cried throughout the encounter. He pled guilty to coercion and was sentenced to 3 years probation and can no longer be in law enforcement. KGW talked to the woman last month but did not identify her.
I wish Mr. Ritchie could spend time in jail. Maybe then he would understand what it feels like to say no and stop, but still have his body violated and his feelings and tears disregarded.
That led to a broader investigation into Ritchie's conduct. According to the report, a Multnomah County clerk said she and Ritchie had multiple sexual encounters at work. She said he was in uniform and on duty when this occurred. She said he would, quote, guilt her into it at the workplace. Another county employee said she was in a sexual relationship with Ritchie. In a recorded statement, she said this happened at the courthouse while he was in uniform wearing his earpiece. A third county employee also said she had a sexual relationship with Ritchie. She said on one occasion he made unwanted sexual advances towards her while on duty at the courthouse. A sitting judge also admitted to having a sexual relationship with Ritchie. She strongly denied it ever happening at the courthouse. The judge's name is redacted in the report. And another former co-worker told detectives Ritchie grabbed her, quote, kissing her very hard and forcefully. She said in Ritchie's car she, quote, tried to fight him off, but he was, quote, very forceful and painful. She said she was pressured into giving him oral sex in the car. She also said, quote, I think he has a lot of victims out there. So there are no other criminal cases pending against Ritchie right now. I'm still waiting to hear back from his attorney. Now, we just got the investigation today. We still have a lot of questions. We asked the DOJ why they didn't pursue professional misconduct charges regarding those sex on duty allegations. A spokesperson said they do not comment on decisions they make about prosecutions. A spokesman for Ritchie's former employee, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, they sent us a statement. They said that the MCSO has a professional standards unit in place to investigate complaints and allegations of misconduct. They said as we review this investigation or if additional information comes to light, we will immediately take appropriate action. So still a lot of questions here, Dan, and we're going to stay on top of this story.
We know you will. Thank you, Kristen. Now for an update to a story we first brought you at 4 o'clock. The search for a missing Lynn County nurse has been now called off for the night. Suzanne Durheim of Brownsville reported missing Monday. Families say she never made it to work in Corvallis. They started searching and eventually found tire tracks leading from Highway 20 east of Corvallis into the Willamette River. Today, divers did find her truck, but river conditions prevented them from being able to pull that truck out of the river. At this point, they don't know if Durheim is in the vehicle.
Family has been very distraught. It's a very emotional situation. They're very upset. It's got to be very difficult not knowing.
The undersheriff believes icy and slick roads are to blame for Durheim driving off of the highway. Authorities will resume recovery efforts tomorrow morning.
A 150-foot tall pine tree is on the verge of falling over in a neighborhood in Tigard, and powerful east winds are keeping crews from safely dealing with that tree. The tree blew partially over on Saturday during that nasty windstorm we had. In the meantime, crews have secured the tree with lines to 2 other trees, and they told us they'll be back out again tomorrow with a crane to try to take it down. Neighbors say they've been watching that massive tree sway for 3 days now, and they're really nervous about it. They just want it to come down safely.
Well, it's kind of scary because it's over a couple houses. You know, should that thing go down, that's going to devastate a couple homes.
Because the tree was touching a power line, PGE is handling its removal. Crews were able to remove many of the tree's limbs today to make it a little bit more stable while they wait for that crane to show up tomorrow.
So from the wind to the snow now, drivers heading through the gorge today ran into some wintry conditions. Some hit a little rain there as well, even some more of that wind we've been telling you about. As for one semi-driver learned, those conditions can be very unforgiving. KGW's Pat Doris reports.
The semi jackknifed around noon today as it hauled food for Albertsons towards Portland. The crash shut down both lanes going west toward town and one lane going east. It took a couple of hours to clear the mess, and the backup stretched for miles. The crash happened on a day that challenging winter driving arrived in the gorge. High winds made me wonder if this trailer would make it to its destination. I think it did. And lots of water on the roadway meant a near constant spray on the windshield. As the delay around the crash grew, truck drivers started pulling off at the edge of Hood River to think about their options. I figured it was a good time to talk about driving in the gorge. Mike Houlihan normally hauls freight up Interstate 5. This is just his third trip through the gorge.
It's very stressful on me in the dark. And once the sun comes up, I'm a little better off because I'm pretty unfamiliar with it.
Omero Garcia has driven the gorge for 5 years. He said no matter the weather, there's usually one common issue.
The main factor for accidents, the main thing is just speed. You know, if you go slow, you more likely will be okay.
Of all the drivers I met, John Buzalski seemed to enjoy driving truck in the gorge the most.
I love the gorge. I live in Vancouver, Washington, and my wife and I make the gorge our happy place.
But he knows the weather can make conditions challenging. This morning he felt the power of the wind as he rounded Crown Point heading toward Portland.
When I hit that point, I'll tell you, it was like being pushed by a jet engine. Yeah, it was really amazing. These trucks are like sailboats, you know, they're just great big sails.
It was raining and hailing at the time of the jackknife truck crash today. The driver was cited for going too fast for conditions, and Oregon State Police say other drivers on the scene complained that the truck was obviously going too fast before it crashed. Out here, when conditions get bad, there is very little room for error. Near Hood River, Pat Doris, KGW News.
We learned tonight a man shot and killed by police in southeast Portland was both legally blind and suffered from paranoid schizophrenia. So here's what happened on Sunday. Officers say 36-year-old Andre Gladden refused to leave an apartment near Market Street and 96th Avenue. Detectives say an officer used his taser, but it wasn't effective. That's when a witness told our news partners at the Oregonian that Gladden approached that officer with a knife and the officer shot him. Gladden's family told the Oregonian about Gladden's poor eyesight and mental health issues. They say he had been living with a cousin in southeast Portland before the shooting.
Well, this is a strange theft to tell you about. This now happened twice in 2 weeks. First, someone steals a tractor, then they use it to try and steal an ATM.
Yeah, the first one happened in McMinnville. The second was just this morning in Hillsboro at a Wells Fargo near Orenco Station. KGW's Lindsay Nadrich spoke to police about what's going on here.
McMinnville and Hillsboro police are working together to figure out if these two thefts are connected. If they're not, they are very similar.
Here's a side-by-side look at both crime scenes. The one in Hillsboro from this morning is on the left. The McMinnville theft that happened on Christmas Day is on the right. In both cases, the thieves first stole a tractor, then used that to run over the ATM. In the case today, Hillsboro police say the tractor was stolen sometime overnight from a construction company that's just 3 blocks down the road from Wells Fargo. That means the suspects had to drive the tractor down the street to the bank. Hillsboro police say they've never seen anything like this before.
For all of us who got here to the scene this morning, at whatever time we got here, it was just kind of one of those moments of, wow, that there's a tractor sitting there.
The crime left a huge mess for crews to clean up this afternoon. Police are still trying to figure out how much money was stolen. They say the two people involved had a getaway car ready to go. Officers witnessed the suspects jump in a U-Haul and take off. They don't know yet if that U-Haul was also stolen. Officers tried to chase them down, but had to stop when it became too dangerous. A short time later, police found the U-Haul abandoned, but couldn't find the people responsible.
If you live or work in the area and have surveillance cameras, Hillsboro police are asking that you check the footage to see if you caught the suspects driving by on the tractor. And if you know anything that can help,